next Jew, I'm so sorry, it's the Wellbutrin. Listen. Very funny guy, good dude. Let's get him from Michael Freeman. Come on, Michael!
Chris Roach. Chris Roach. Wow, you people look really nice. So, I don't know if I should sit. I'm gonna just say, this country is so divided. The lefts, the rights. All I know is I was raised on the left, and there seems to be more people on the right. And they're always trying to switch me. Why can't people just accept that I use my left hand when I'm writing? It all started when I was in kindergarten. They handed me those right-handed scissors. I was like spasticated cutting the paper. Even now as an adult, I try to take the New York City subways, and you have to swipe right. So I have to moonwalk in. At least I'm in my right frame of mind, right? Right? Good. Wow, so this country, everybody's going green. Everybody's going green here? Yeah. Me, like an idiot, several months ago, I bought a Tesla. I was like, wow, this thing's really cool. I said, what's the first thing you do? A road trip. So I mapped out the whole thing and mapped it all out. 4 hours longer to go to Florida. I'm like, not that bad, right? Yeah. Apparently, in the cold, the battery has shrinkage. Not only does it have shrinkage, it seems to have a large prostate. I made more pit stops than a NASCAR driver. You know, it's cost me a ton of money too. It's cost me on food more money, on Red Bull to stay awake, therapy. I swear this green is making me go red. Oh yeah, and by the way, there was a recall apparently. Apparently the steering wheel can come off while you're driving. I wish they would have told me this before I missed my exit. You know, I don't have anything against Elon Musk per se, but if I would have ran into him, I would have been charged with battery. So let me tell you about the first time I did an open mic back in the 80s, 35,000 feet in the air. And I was drunk on this plane to Mexico. And my seat was broken, so they put me in one of those jump seats. And I was trashed. And I seen that little PA mic swinging in front of me. And I'm like, this is Captain Mike. And the reason for our delay is we had to weld the left wing back on. If you look over to the left, you can barely see where we welded it. And all of a sudden, the flight attendant comes running up. She goes, "What are you, nuts? The pilot just radioed for authorities to come in and arrest you when we get to Mexico." I'm like, oh shit, now I'm trying to sober up. I go back to the middle of the plane where my overhead is, and I'm trying to change my clothes in the middle of the aisle. I'm falling all over everybody. And we land. And I'm like, wow, I'm just about making it through customs. And all of a sudden, the Karen goes, there he is. And they freaking arrested me. They threw me in jail for with El Chapo. You know El Chapo? I swear, he was digging out and everything, but I was in there for 10 hours, and this guy finally came in that spoke English. He's like, Mr. Friedman, you're being charged with hijacking. I'm like, hijacking? Who the heck's gonna hijack a plane to go to Mexico? I mean, maybe I hijacked a few of those little liquor bottles. That's about it. So let me tell you, speaking about planes, so several years ago, I took a flight with my wife, and we're waiting on TSA, and I just realized I left this knife from the Civil War in my carry-on. I'm like, oh man, I know what they're gonna take and I'm gonna lose it. I'm like, this really sucks. And all of a sudden, we get up to TSA and they go, we gotta go through your bag. And I'm like, oh. And they go through and they pull out my wife's shampoo. And they go, this can't go on the plane. And she starts wigging out. What do you mean that can't go on the plane? You let him on with his knife? And I'm like, shut up, shut up. Now this TSA guy's pulling me aside. He's like, oh, I can see why you're taking that knife. Well, anyway, I'll leave you with this because my time's just about up. Being married to her takes a certain type of blood. Be positive. Too bad I'm O negative. Thank you. My name's Mike Friedman.
Mike Freeman!